Everything we do requires a time. We got to report to work at a certain time. We got to get something done at a certain time. You got a doctor's appointment at a certain time. We rely on time, when really it's all made up. We gave the illusion of time, I guess you could say, because supposedly the sun comes up at this certain time, so that's how we've gone through it, or whatever the hell. That's how we made it become the way it is. I don't know. But thing is, we can never do things on our own terms. It's like we got to rely on time. And it's crazy. It's just to show you you're just a slave to time. Plus, we're here just to do time. Nobody knows when our time's going to be done with. A lot of us hope the time is soon, but that may just not be the case. Or it could just be the case. No one knows. But it's crazy, man. It's just crazy how we live. I say this every day. I can't believe this is what we got to do. We got to have all this stress and worrying and all this nonsense to just one day no longer exist. You know, you just have no freedom here. You have no free time. You're tied down to time. You better come here at this certain time. Come at my house by 7, you know. Certain things I can understand, come here at this time. But it just sucks. It's like work. You got to get up early in the morning and you got to rush to get at this place every single day at this specific time. So now if you're running late, you're under more pressure. You start driving more erratically, if I'm saying that correctly. You know, you start driving more crazy because now you're rushing to get to your sheep destination because you're a little late, you know. Instead of when you get there, it's you got to be there specifically at this specific time. And this is how accidents happen. This is how just stress and chaos go on. Why do you think a lot of times you hear early in the morning? Because idiot sheeps are in a rush to get to their little duties. They got to be there at a specific time. They got to clock in, man. They got to clock in. It's just a crazy world, man. It's just such a pathetic world we live in. Literally, there should be an emoji on everyone's car with a sheep. With a sheep on top, like, in other words, like, almost like Call of Duty or like a game. When you play a game, it has like your gamer tag or something on top of the character's head. Well, same thing with us when we're in the car or even walking, whatever. NPC sheep reporting to this, reporting to that, you know. I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy. Instead of just living, enjoying life, being free, being at ease, this is what we got to face every day. And it's not like it's just something you got to deal with every here and there, you know, or a one lifetime thing. This is every day of your life. And mainly you'll get the weekends home. Unless you work 7 days a week. But this is our life every day. We got to get up. It's not even daytime yet for some of us. Street lights are still on. There was someone that made a joke saying, street lights are on when I'm going to work and street lights are on when I'm coming home from work. I don't even see the day because I get up, it's dark. I get into the, you know, to the work thing, it's still dark, whatever. Some places have windows, some don't. Whether they do or don't, you're not out in the environment, you're trapped inside. Now, when you leave, it's nighttime again. It's like you barely see daylight, I guess you could say. Like a friggin' zombie, like a vampire. Maybe a vampire would make more sense because, you know, they go in the light. Ah! But this is all we do, man. It's sickening. You know, I can understand certain things, like maybe a doctor's appointment being at a certain time. I mean, you got to make an appointment. That I can understand. But it's like, it's just crazy how much we rely on time. It's like we don't even realize it. If that makes any sense. It's like we're just so accustomed to it. Time is everything, man. That's basically what it is. It's like, you know, it's just crazy how much we're being controlled, and it's just we don't see it. Our phones control us. The time controls us. You name it. All this being on time, all this, you know, getting to work on time, time to do this time to do that. And I say to myself, we're just wasting all of our time. We're just wasting all of our time. All the time we have that we could put our lives to so much better things, we're putting it to this. We don't have a choice. This is what we sadly got to do to survive. And what is the point in surviving to be miserable doing this shit? When you're young, there's so much you can do. There's so much joy you can have that the way life itself is takes it away. It's like retiring. You got to get old and elderly and sick to finally possibly retire. When you're already all defeated, basically. When your body's already all shot. Instead of when you're in good shape now, let's say, at a young age. No, when you're in that energy form, when you're in your prime energy form, you're busting your ass. You got to report to this office every morning at this specific time, or this place, or that site, or whatever the hell. All this time, and I look at it as we're wasting time. We're wasting our time by doing time, unnecessary time, but unfortunately, we have no choice. So we do. Life should be getting easier. We live in a world now where technology is getting so advanced, we should be relaxing. We should be having machines do the work for us. It should come to a point where money shouldn't even be a concept anymore, if that makes any sense. This is where a lot of people say UBI, Universal Basic Income, should be a thing, where we all get money regardless or whatever. To some degree, I agree. It comes to a point where if everything could be done by a machine, and a machine doesn't supposedly get tired, it doesn't have emotions, at least yet. Although, who knows? The way they make them today, they're making them too intelligent, But what I'm trying to say is it's just so much technology, it should be making our lives easier. And instead, it's like we're not putting it in the good direction. It's going to take away our jobs, but then we got to be forced to look for more jobs. Instead of just being free once and for all. Now a job that we're doing, once it's replaced by a machine, a robot, whatever the hell, artificial intelligence, now you got to look for something else. And then eventually that might be taken. And then it's not going in a good way. It should come to a point where we don't have to look for a job. It should come to a point where we could finally be at ease. I know it sounds easier said than done, of course, but life should be getting easier with technology, and instead it's just, I feel it's the other way around. Unfortunately. It's just such an outdated, stale life, man. And then you want to keep having kids. I don't understand these people, how you just want kids. It's crazy, man. Just to say I'm a father, just to say I'm a mother, just to brag, I became a mother or I became a father. How you said I don't have the father material, well, look at me now, or something stupid like that. I don't care to be a father. And I'd be straightly honest, I don't hate kids. But they are annoying, I gotta be honest. Some kids are annoying, but it doesn't mean I hate them. But I truly don't want kids. Why should that make me a bad person? Why do people gotta talk shit? Oh, you're an asshole. Oh, I think you're more of an asshole if you have kids. Because now you bring a life to suffer. And if you don't be a good father and raise the kid, then you're a bigger asshole. And there's a lot of parents that do that, neglect their kids, abuse their kids, you name it. I can't be any of those things if I ain't start the scene, I guess you could say. I ain't go through with it, so I ain't bring a living thing in here to suffer. So just because I don't have that responsibility, so what? Now, if I had a kid and I want nothing to do with the kid, yeah, you could call me all type of things. Piece of shit, this, that, deadbeat, whatever. But we shouldn't have to be called that if we didn't get ourselves involved. That was basically the word I was trying to look for, that I have these brain farts all the damn time. But you get what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy. People make me laugh, man. But back to time. It's funny how we rely on time for everything. You do a crime, this is the amount of time you got to spend behind bars. It's like we just gave this illusion so much power, I guess you could say. This is 3 years behind prison, jail, whatever, behind bars, or you did this is 10 years. This is just safe. Certain crimes where you never get out of jail. They say he's 80-something years in prison, or at that point, just say eternity in prison. He's forever in prison. You shouldn't even have to say 100 years or 200 years in prison. Obviously, he's not going to be, no one's going to be alive then. Just say you're never getting out of prison. 200 years sentence in prison. Just say you're sentenced for life. That's it. Sometimes they do say it like that. That's how it should just be said. It just sounds so weird saying you're going to be there for like 200 something. Yeah, well, that's basically forever. Because I won't be alive then. Obviously, no one will. So just say life. That's it. It's simpler, man. Jesus. But it's just crazy how we just rely on this time shit for everything. 10 years behind bars, 80 years behind bars, this year's. And it's funny how you do the same crime, someone's in longer. And while someone, like for example, I do something bad, I'm 10 years, let's say. Well, the other person does the same exact thing I do, he's less time. It just makes no sense, man. Nothing here makes any sense. Nothing. I made a video about this once in the past, how we just make up the law. The law is always changing. What the way things are now in the future could be different. It's like when alcohol used to be illegal. Now it's obviously legal, long legal. Marijuana now used to be illegal. Now, at least here in New York, it's legal now. The law is always being changed. All right, let's make it legal now. All right, let's fix this. All right, let's change this to that. That's all it is. We just like to change shit. That's all humans ever done. We can't leave well left alone. We got to keep changing shit. And we don't change it for the better sometimes. The majority of the time, we change it for the worse. If something's not broke, leave it the hell alone. That's something we just don't do. It wasn't too bad the way things were, let's just say. Now we just made it horrible. This is more expensive now. That's more expensive. That's cheaper, which is great. But the majority of times, it's the other way around. It's more higher. It's just all made up dumb shit, man. And I just say to myself, am I the only one with a brain here that just sees how stupid this whole thing is? How just ridiculous this whole thing is? And then if I say these certain things, I'm looked at like I'm crazy. I'm weird. I'm whatever the hell. Oh, man, just open your damn eyes and just fucking smell the coffee. Anyway, guys, I am getting pretty cold. I'm going to wrap it up for now. I actually just got a new phone because the other phone, the memory was getting worse and worse, man. I couldn't even make a 20-minute video. Like after like 18 minutes or 15 minutes, it would give me such trouble. I don't even know how many minutes I was recording in this. I think it's about 20-something minutes if I had to guess, but hopefully now I should be good for a while. But who knows? Anyway, gonna wrap it up for now. I don't know. Tell me if you guys notice any difference in the audio. Maybe I sound different or look different. I noticed with this, I could shut the light and you can still see me. Now with the other phone, if I did that, it would be pretty dark. Like I don't think you would even see me. That's one thing I noticed. But anyway, I'm gonna stop yip yapping and call it a night now, guys. Love you all. Peace out, and don't forget at this certain time tomorrow, you better be at work, man. No excuses here. Peace out.
Attention. We are now at DEFCON 5.